Nuskin, một công ty toàn cầu chuyên về các sản phẩm chống lão hóa cao cấp, đã chính thức khai trương tại Việt Nam vào tháng 3 năm 2013. Để chào mừng sự kiện trọng đại này, ngày 26 tháng 3 vừa qua, Tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin, đã đến thăm Việt Nam để chia sẻ với đông đảo khán giả người Việt xung quanh ngành công nghiệp chống lão hóa toàn cầu và giới thiệu ageLOC, công nghệ chống lão hóa tiên tiến của Nuskin. Tiến sĩ Chang cho biết, phương pháp khoa học của Nuskin đối với chống lão hóa là xem xét biểu hiện gen của sự lão hóa và được hỗ trợ bởi sự hợp tác với một số nhà khoa học hàng đầu trong ngành khoa học chống lão hóa như các đồng nghiệp tại phòng nghiên cứu Life Gen Technologies. Kết quả chính là ageLOC, phương pháp khoa học tiên phong trong việc phát triển sản phẩm mà Nuskin tin tưởng sẽ giúp đỡ cả nam và nữ giữ lại được vẻ thanh xuân bên ngoài và cảm nhận được sự trẻ trung lâu hơn. ageLOC đang chứng tỏ rằng công nghệ này là một trong những nỗ lực khoa học thành công nhất trong lịch sử của Nuskin. Dòng sản phẩm chăm sóc cá nhân ageLOC đã và đang dẫn đầu trong việc đóng góp cho thành công của Nuskin trên toàn cầu. Ngày nay, Nuskin đã phát triển thành một công ty đa quốc gia và phân phối hơn 200 sản phẩm chống lão hóa có chất lượng hàng đầu trong lĩnh vực chăm sóc cá nhân và thực phẩm bổ sung dinh dưỡng, tạo ra doanh thu hơn 2,17 tỷ đô la trong năm 2012. Như một số cam kết với khách hàng, Nuskin không ngừng sáng tạo bằng cách nghiên cứu, phát triển và cải tiến nền tảng khoa học cho các sản phẩm của mình, với mục tiêu luôn cải thiện chất lượng cuộc sống của con người. Tiến sĩ Joseph Chang được bổ nhiệm chức vụ trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm từ tháng 2 năm 2006. Tiến sĩ Chang có kiến thức toàn diện cả về ngành dược phẩm lẫn ngành thực phẩm dinh dưỡng và hiện là một thành viên trong ban điều hành của tập đoàn Nuskin. Ông từng là chủ tịch kiêm trưởng ban khoa học của Pharmanex. Trước Pharmanex, tiến sĩ Chang giữ chức vụ chủ tịch kiêm trưởng ban khoa học của công ty Binary Therapeutics từ năm 1994 đến năm 1997. Ông có nhiều năm kinh nghiệm nghiên cứu liên quan đến việc điều trị viêm khớp và ung thư. Là một tác giả đã có nhiều bài viết, tiến sĩ Chang đã cho xuất bản nhiều bài báo, bài phê bình và sách về nghiên cứu dược phẩm trong suốt 20 năm ông hoạt động trong ngành chăm sóc sức khỏe. Ông tốt nghiệp cử nhân tại Đại học Portsmouth và nhận bằng tiến sĩ từ Đại học London. Trong chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam hôm nay, tiến sĩ Joseph Chang sẽ chia sẻ về công nghệ ageLOC và những kiến thức bổ ích về quá trình chống lão hóa cho tất cả mọi người. Xin chào mừng quý vị và các bạn đến với chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC. Và ngày hôm nay thì chúng tôi rất hân hạnh được chào đón đến trường quay một vị khách mời đặc biệt. Xin trân trọng giới thiệu tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học, đồng thời là kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin. Hi, Dr. Chang. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Khan.
How are you?
Good, wonderful.
I know this is your first time in Vietnam. How was Vietnam so far, man?
It's great. It's one busy city, and there's so many motorbikes in your city. It's just like, I think all the cars are trying to avoid the motorbikes. Yes, it's incredible. Wonderful city. We just launched our company in Vietnam 8 months ago. The company is Nuskin Enterprises, and I'm here to launch a new product in Vietnam that we are launching throughout Southeast Asia. So I'm really here to explain and describe this new product that we're launching in Vietnam.
So how often do you do market visits?
Well, since we bring new products out practically every year, new products, so I'll be in Southeast Asia at least once a year to visit all our offices here in this region.
Sure. So you focus on anti-aging process.
Yes.
So my big question for you is right now, with the development of technology, in the journey of fighting against the aging process?
Yes, I think we are at a very exciting point in terms of trying to understand the aging process of the body. I think because of the science is advancing so rapidly, and also because of this discovery of the human genome, you know, that those is actually the collection of genes that help our body to function. That has become a big advance in science, and we are leveraging that kind of knowledge to understand the aging process.
So what helped us to achieve that, result?
Yes, and once again, just like in the computer industry, was founded on the silicon chip. Now, to understand the genes, scientists have developed a new technology that is called a biochip. It's very similar to the computer chip, but except now we use the chip to really evaluate and test the activity of genes now. That's a very powerful technology. Scientists is using it, and we have some proprietary technology that we are now using, these biochips, to understand the aging process in the body.
And how does that
technology apply in the products for Vietnam's market?
Yes. Because we are now using this technology to understand aging process, our Nuskin anti-aging products are developed in a unique way. You know, rather than just covering up the signs of aging, if you will, and that's what previous anti-aging products had been doing, our new anti-aging products are now able to attack the sources of aging.
Okay.
So that they will give you far more meaningful benefits than just covering up the signs of aging.
Okay. And for Vietnam's market, I mean, we are a tropical country with a, special climates, heat and humidity. So is that going to be a special effect on the technology?
Yes, obviously in this country here, compared to United States, for example, Vietnam climate is tropical. That means it's 100% humidity and practically close to what? On the average, you'll be around 33 to 35 degrees centigrade, isn't it? All the time throughout the year. So it's pretty hot and humid. And that makes us develop products that can actually, we have to adjust our products for the Vietnam climate. Just a specific example would be that moisturizing for our skincare products, for example. In United States, the Caucasian skin would require a much heavier moisturizer for the face, whereas in Vietnam here, we will have to develop a much lighter moisturizer to take into account the tropical climate. So it's a bit different.
But I'm just curious, then you say we have achieved really a good result and, achievement in the technology. But how do the technology achievements help boosting the sales revenues for the product?
It has been very good. We are now calling this new product line of anti-aging products under a brand name called ageLOC.
ageLOC.
Yes, that's our ageLOC product line. And just last year, to make that into $1 billion brand now. So these products are received very well by our customers and consumers. They are seeing really significant benefits when they use these products. So this is the wave of the future.
So ageLOC technology, how does that apply to a specific category of products in Vietnam? Could you kind of elaborate on the products in Vietnam that you're going to introduce?
Yes. There's a new product we're launching this week in Vietnam, and it's a new ageLOC product that we call R². This is a health supplement product, and this is an anti-aging health supplement product. So it's a very exciting product because we use the latest ageLOC technology to finally develop this particular product called R². So the benefits that you will get from this product is actually you're going to feel more energy, and there is a dose or a capsule that you take in the evening before you go to bed, and that will help you to wake up the next morning totally refreshed. So this is a great product we have that we have developed through, like I said, ageLOC technology. For the skin, we also have another handheld device, we call it. And this is called a galvanic spa. It's a face spa, one version of it, that you apply to your face together with some gels. And it will make your skin much more firmer and much more less wrinkles and smoother. So that's great. And for the rest of our body, we have another version that we call the ageLOC Body Spa. And that's another handheld device that you can apply throughout the body with some gels and lotions, and it will remove all kinds of wrinkles from the rest of the body as well.
Specifically, what makes ageLOC stand out from the rest?
Yeah. The biggest difference with ageLOC products is the fact that we develop these products through this genetic approach.
Okay.
Yeah. So we now know through our ageLOC technology, we have identified several genes that control the aging process in the body. So we are now using and discovering new ingredients that can influence these genes to keep the body young, including the face.
And I mean, for a normal person like me, I mean, what are some of the typical misunderstanding about the anti-aging process that usually people have?
Yeah, some of the myths that people immediately think is like, for example, there's nothing we can do about how we get old. Okay. So it's almost as if you're born with the genes, and there's nothing you can do about the genes. That's one of the biggest myths in understanding aging by the normal average person. That's not true anymore. Scientists are beginning to understand that although 12 months from now or a year later, you and I are going to be 1 year older, but really your body doesn't have to be 1 year older. It can stay young.
Okay, so just the time is getting older, and
yeah, you can get
our body
older,
is still
but
the
your
same.
body doesn't have to get old at all. It can stay young.
But I mean, for Asian people, does it mean we have anything, have to pay attention to in terms of the body and the, let's say, the eating cultures and the climate culture? Is that anything have to do with the technology, ageLOC?
Yes. I think most important, you mentioned eating. Nutrition is perhaps one of the biggest factors that influence how well you age.
Okay.
Okay. I noticed, for example, in Vietnam, like any other Southeast Asian diet, has a lot of carbohydrates. Yeah. You have noodles, you have your pho, and so on and so forth.
True.
These are all carbohydrates types of foods. That is actually not very good for the aging process, because those kinds of carbohydrates either going to make you put on more weight, and at the same time, these carbohydrates get converted into blood sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, and blood sugar obviously leads to, if you have high blood sugar, you will start to perhaps over the years develop a kind of type diabetes that we call type 2 diabetes.
Really? Well,
yes,
that's dangerous
and that's not good.
Are you willing to customize or any, to like change any technology in order to adapt with the local market like Vietnam? After a certain time that people try the products and they see some reaction, and you can do some customization?
Absolutely, we do that.
What kind of customization that you usually have to do with?
For the skin, as I mentioned to you, Asians get more blemishes as the early signs of aging, whereas in the United States, the Caucasian women will tend to get lines and wrinkles quicker.
Okay.
So over here, we'll be customizing a product and put more emphasis on skincare products that can give you a fair complexion, rather than removing lines and wrinkles, for example. Okay, so that's one customization. Another customization is, I already mentioned, moisturizing of the skin. Because of the humidity here, you don't need so much moisturization. So you'll be using a lighter cream rather than a heavy cream. So, and on the supplement side, we actually have used a local fruit from Vietnam to make the health supplement drink.
What is it?
I believe the Vietnamese pronounced it as gug.
Oh, gug?
The gug fruit.
Yeah, that's right, yep.
Yep.
It's a fruit.
It's a fruit, right?
Yep.
So it has historically, when we read about how this fruit is being used in Vietnam, it was actually used to treat eye blindness in children who doesn't have enough vitamins.
Okay.
So when
you can use that in your technology?
Yeah, we have. We already have a drink.
How's that help?
It's wonderful. It's called G3, and it's selling here in Vietnam. And even, in fact, we developed that drink before we opened in Vietnam. So, so because of that particular product, we are very optimistic that Vietnam offers other possibilities for us to locally adapt our products.
So whenever you introduce the new products to a new markets like Vietnam, how do you educate the consumers?
We are a direct selling company. So what we do, we have a group of product trainers. So I'm, for example, over here to train some of these trainers.
Okay.
Some of this stuff.
I mean, a lot of the stuff related to science and not like normal people is kind of hard to understand, right?
I agree.
So how do you train? How do you convince people to buy?
Right. At the end of the day, people get convinced when they use the product. Okay. And I'm just here to tell them the company is committed to using the latest scientific discoveries to develop the next generation of anti-aging products. So there's an element of trust that our consumers need in our Nuskin products, and the only way to get that trust is to help them understand what the company is doing. Nuskin now, globally, we are in 53 countries, and our last year's annual revenue was over $2 billion US. So we're growing very fast, through this direct selling model, and that because our products are good and
so people do see the result after using their products.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that in our company we only focus on two types of products.
Okay.
One, obviously, I mentioned that we have ageLOC skincare products, and the second one is the under the name Pharmanex, we sell the ageLOC supplements, health supplements.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea is actually quite simple, because we want to keep the body inside healthy. So in other words, the beauty is from the inside out, and our skincare products provide the beauty from the outside.
Interesting. So you have the full package.
Yes, I hope we do.
Thank you so much, and we're going to come back with that after a short break.
Yeah, thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần 1 của cuộc trò chuyện với tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin, và chúng tôi sẽ quay trở lại trong ít phút nữa. Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với phần 2 của chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC với cuộc trò chuyện cùng tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin. Hi, Dr. Chang, welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's talk about anti-aging process. I mean, if we can live younger and live young, longer, but we still cope with another diseases, there's no point, right?
Absolutely.
So if we understand about the anti-aging process, can it help us understand more about the other disease and help us, to do some prevention?
Sure. Our mission in the company, especially among the scientists, is not a matter of living how long. It's really a matter of living better longer.
Okay.
Yes. So what we're really trying to say is that our products, and ultimately, we're hoping that they will help people to have the best quality of life. No matter how long they live or how short they live, they're going to have the best quality of life so that they don't get those age-related diseases that you mentioned.
And could you give us R&D pipeline for the products like ageLOC technology?
Yes, sure. We have, up to this point, we started the ageLOC technology roughly about 4 years ago, and since then, it took us more than 30 years to develop this technology, really. So it's not something that we develop overnight. So only over the last 4 years, we have been able to use the technology to build new products. And up to this point, on the skincare side, we have developed 2 new products. For there are ageLOC skincare products, and then on the health supplement side, we have also developed 2 new products that we have launched. And in fact, in Vietnam, they're getting the second age today.
And what is the typical growth path for a new products in a new markets like that?
In general, it usually becomes a good seller fairly quickly.
Okay.
We usually get good signs, like within 6 months, whether the product is selling well or not in a particular market. So because of direct selling, we have many of our distributors being able to tell the story of the product. So 6 months is usually a good time to know whether a product is successful.
What do you think about the potentials of Vietnam's market for products like that?
Yes, I believe Vietnam has a population of around 90 million people.
Yep.
So, in fact, it is most likely the largest Southeast Asian country, isn't it, in the ASEAN region. So we are very optimistic that our company will be successful in this particular market. And since we are only about 8 months old officially in Vietnam, we are already beginning to see very positive signs that Vietnam is going to be a very successful market for us.
What would be some challenges that you expected to deal with in terms of in the beginning of development?
Some of the challenges obviously will be related to making sure that our Vietnamese distributors understand the company, what we stand for. Our company has a very strong value system. We believe in becoming ultimately a force for good. We want to make sure that our distributors in Vietnam adopt some of these values that are shared by our global distributors. Another challenge is to work with the Vietnam government to make sure that our products are certified and properly registered in this country. We don't want any of our products coming over to Vietnam that have not been approved by the government.
So when you look for a distributor for your products, these products have a high levels of science. So any criteria that you look for in a distributor?
Not usually, I think, but it seems in general, national group of people. So they're quite well educated, although they're not educated in science. Because of their education and because of their professional background, they have a good appreciation of premium quality products that has been proven by science.
Thank you, and we'll come back with that after a short break. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần 2 với cuộc chia sẻ của tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin, và chúng tôi sẽ còn quay trở lại trong ít phút nữa. Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với phần cuối cùng của chương trình Tôi và Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC với cuộc trò chuyện với tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin. Hi, Dr. Chang. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you've been with this industry for how long?
I've been with this industry close to 13 years now.
All right. So right now, what are you working on right now?
Right now, we're working on the next generation of ageLOC products. In fact, in a year's time, we will be launching a weight management system.
Wow, weight management.
Yes, this will be a weight
helpful.
loss. Yes, because it seems like globally, obesity has become a major epidemic. In fact, I think obesity kills more people than HIV, for example. So it's a serious problem that we have around the world. So we thought that by using ageLOC technology, we can essentially develop a brand new weight loss system that people can use to help them lose weight.
Would that products be available in developing countries like Vietnam soon?
Yes, we're going to bring it in Vietnam most likely after we launch in the US first, and then we'll quickly bring it to Vietnam. And it's a very exciting product for all of us to develop, because I think it meets, it's going to help people, you know, a lot, in a very significant way. And we as scientists, we are trained to help people. So I think that is probably one of the greatest products that we will get out of this ageLOC technology.
Sure. You are the authors of the books called The Aging Myth.
Yes.
I mean, beside the myth that you just mentioned in the beginning of the interview, but what else you want people to remember about this book?
Well, the other thing that this book, I've written it actually for non-scientists, to try to understand our ageLOC technology.
Sure.
So I'm hoping it can help people to understand, in addition to the myth that you cannot do anything about health or aging, you can. The second thing is also there are some tips that most people can adopt to help them live better longer.
What kind of tips could you
one of them is actually smoking.
All right.
Yes, I think smoking is definitely one of the most significant negative factor that will accelerate aging in the body.
Okay, it's good to know.
Yes, and skin, for example, I think exposure to the sun is to the intense UV rays, that will also age your skin quicker. And I find it very interesting in Asia, for example, women intuitively understand the damaging factors in sunlight, because only in Asia will you see women going out with umbrellas when it's not raining.
Okay, that's true too.
Isn't it? At least I've never seen in the United States a Caucasian woman ever walking out in bright sunlight.
Just hate the sun, man.
With an open umbrella. So that's very good, because it blocks the UV. Absolutely. And I've already hinted at the fact that eating well is also a very important factor. There's another tip. It's not about eating enough, but actually eating nutritious food. You know, and in this country, there's no reason why people should not be eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's a very important thing to do, is to eat far more fruits and vegetables than meat, for example. So that helps to keep you young.
Keep that in mind.
Yes.
I'm just curious about the expansion plan, I mean, in terms of the numbers of distributors for your product. Were you to expand like fastly and go penetrate more to the market at the beginning, or you try to do it slowly so people can understand more about the products? What is the strategy here?
The strategy is really to focus on the bigger cities first.
Okay.
Ho Chi Minh City is our biggest sort of first city that we're going to go into. Most likely the second city will go into Hanoi and have some distributors going over there. That's strategically how we do it, is to open in big cities first, so that because we have critical mass here, we are able to cover more people in a much smaller space. So, and then after that, over the next 4 to 5 years, then these local distributors have enough knowledge and understanding of the business and our products, then they can go out to the smaller cities and build the Nuskin business in those cities as well.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Kang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là những chia sẻ của tiến sĩ Joseph Chang, là trưởng ban khoa học kiêm phó chủ tịch điều hành phát triển sản phẩm của Nuskin. Và đến đây thì chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam trên kênh truyền hình FBNC cũng sẽ được khép lại. Một lần nữa cảm ơn quý vị và các bạn đã quan tâm theo dõi. Thân ái chào tạm biệt và xin hẹn gặp lại ở các chương trình kỳ sau.